is 8 something. I've been waiting on this for a while. BC Racing Coilovers. I'm hyped. Custom build BR series. Oh, it looks so good. All right, I'm happy.
Oh, I've been waiting to get my hands on a pair of these for a while now. Yeah, let's get it.
The video might seem a little weird if you've watched the last video or two. Most of this video, like the coilover install and the door bushings and the drive shaft, those were all filmed before I did all the painting for the bumpers and all that. So here it is. I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but it's really hot. I have a wobble at like around 65 miles per hour. No, I have auto stability on my camera. You can't see wobble. I think it might be my drive shaft or it's my differential. I don't know. I bought a new drive shaft. I'm going to put that in. Here is the lovely new drive shaft. It is all painted. There aren't any weights on it, which is either a bad thing or really good because it's perfectly balanced. U-joints feel great. They are serviceable now. I don't think the ones on mine are. Nice machined surface. This looks fantastic. Oh yeah. That's good. It looks great. The other one has a little bit of surface rust on it, but this will be super nice, and hopefully this gets rid of the wobble. Let's get it. The new drive shaft, it's perfect, but I guess you would call this like the cup. It's not very deep. So look at this one, and then here's my old one, significantly deeper and more squared off. This one kind of tapers in at an angle. Here is the old nut. This is a nylon insert lock nut, and it has this kind of lip on it, which fits fine with the old one. It clears. It has to sink a little bit deeper past this lip. Works great. The new one, it pokes out. See? That little bit means this part can't get flush with my differential. We went and bought a new nut, shortened it a little bit more. This one already was pretty short. And then ground it, cleaned it all up, micro misted it so it doesn't rust. Look at that. Not poking past, sunken in a little bit like the other one was. So I'm going to go get this installed. Since the old nut has a nylon insert so to help hold it in place, the new one is just a nut, and we're going to use red Loctite, not blue Loctite, red Loctite, since this is a part of the differential and that's going to be taking some abuse. It should do the thing that does, but better, or the same, because it's different. The new drive shaft is on. I had to take the exhaust off to do it, so you know what that means. There's the new drive shaft, all nice and pretty, and there's my lack of an exhaust. It's really loud and it stinks. It's awesome. Yep. Interesting thing about the new coilovers is usually on a normal coilover, or the ones that I've seen, you tighten these two up or down. So that adjusts preload, I believe. These, since they have a dampening adjustment, this has to be a certain preload. So it's like 5 millimeters of compression once they touch is the maximum. So you don't adjust these, you adjust this one, you break this loose, and then you unscrew these threads from here, because this is full of threads. The lower mount, you unscrew it, and the coilover becomes taller or shorter. Get that loose, loosen that, and then have this held in place, and you can unscrew it, and there's a little sight glass, or I guess just a hole, that you can see where your threads are. You always want to be able to see threads, or else it's just not a safe amount. Since these do have a shorter spring, and they are lower just out of the box than these are, what we're doing is we're measuring from the top hat, which is this part, to the center of the bolt, and we're going to make that length the same from the top hat and where the center of the bolt will be, so we can have a pretty close height to what it was before I put these on. And we're going to drop it about 2 centimeters, I believe, because that's what we did in the rear, and it seems to be working out pretty good, so we're going to do that in the front so they're even. The first coilover going in. Coilovers are on and adjusted. Now I'm going to take the front ones off and put the new ones on. Sun's like, boom, right there. I can't, God dang. I have flying Miata door bushings. I'll give you a before and after door close. A little rattly. Oh. Oh, those have never been taken out. Whew. There's the old one. Very flexible. It's probably like a polyurethane, which is fine. These are a kind of harder plastic. I'm going to take some polish and clean all that up now. This is a little dirty. I'm just going to take some Meguiar's car cleaner wax. I'm not going to be able to get rid of all this. That's kind of just stained on there. Now let's put the new one on. And now I'm going to close it. Should be set. Something I like to do is make sure my screws are all facing the same way, straight up. I don't know if you can really see that. The screwdriver's in the camera, that's nice. It's a little more solid, I think a little less rattle. I mean, even Flying Miata says that you're probably not going to notice anything, but it's just kind of a nice cheap upgrade. They're like 20 bucks, and they look good. The real thing is testing it out when driving, because it is a flexible chassis, so twisting and whatnot, it might help stiffen it up a little bit. I'll do the other side too.
Hold on, pardon me.
Put a new drive shaft in to try and fix the wobble at around 65 miles an hour. It didn't fix it. It could be a wheel out of balance. It could be my differential. The Flying Miata door bushings, even on the website, they say you're probably not going to notice much of a difference, if any. To be honest, I don't notice a difference. I can give you a long-ish term review of the BC Racing coilovers. So these are the BR series. I think they might be considered extreme low, I'm not sure. And I have optioned them with the Swift springs. They're lighter, they're smaller while retaining the same spring rate, and they're faster. I didn't want to cheap out on anything because these might be the last coilovers I ever buy for this car. Probably not, but they're going to be around for a while, a lot longer than the last ones. The last coilovers were the VMAX Stage 1 coilovers, I think is the name. Those were stiff, and they didn't have adjustment for the shocks. So you could raise and lower it, but that would in turn change the stiffness. They were fine. I wish I had just waited and saved up for these. Oh, hey, boat rentals. The BC Racing coilovers, these have the little dials on the top hats for all of them, and those adjust the shock stiffness, and there's 30 clicks of adjustment, so fully soft or fully stiff. The old ones that I had didn't have anything like that. It was just ride height, and then in turn that changed the stiffness. So I can change the ride height independently of the stiffness. The softest setting on these BC coilovers is significantly softer than the VMAX coilovers that I had on this. And the stiff setting on the BC coilovers is a lot stiffer than the old coilovers as well. So I have a lot of range, a lot more than I had before. When it comes to like adjusting them one click, because there's 30, I don't notice anything. It's more of like all one way or half is where you kind of notice it. Those little fine adjustments, you know, maybe I'd notice if I was on track doing like back-to-back laps and trying to make little adjustments. Maybe I'd notice I just put it on soft because I'm in the city and there's potholes and I'm not on track yet. If you're looking to get coilovers for your car and you're thinking about going like BC, or maybe you can't afford BC immediately, dude, save up. They rock. There was a cool Porsche parked back there and I didn't record it. Oh well. I hope you heard that. That was an E92 M3. And with that, thank you so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one.